get to a point where you can hire someone to do those soft touches, just to keep in touch with your sphere and businesses within the business, that you can get lost.
My follow-up is not where it should be.
So what kind of challenges do you have with keeping up with clients?
That's very good. I definitely learned that again from working alongside Jack initially at the beginning, because I don't know if it was a lack of confidence for me, but I always felt like not to be pushy, right? But there's a difference between not wanting to be pushy and directing people, guiding people to the right direction in a assertive manner, because people do need that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So
good for you.
Yeah, so like when you mentioned Keller, like your background is from Keller. Mine kind of is, because my old brokerage, they were all Keller people.
Yeah.
So they started the brokerage, and I got a lot of the Keller kind of systems that I utilize today.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of good knowledge there from that. So yeah, definitely I'm going to read that book. So
For
it's
sure.
on my team. So
Millionaire real estate book, I think it's called, right? Millionaire real estate.
Yeah, I think it's the orange. It's like a reddish orange.
Yeah. And I used to have numerous copies, and did I give you any, Matthew? I can't remember what I did with them.
I think you were looking for it when you were packing, but all good.
Yeah.
All good in the hood. I'm more of a person that if I open a book, I actually will fall asleep reading the first page. So I have to put it into video or
audio
form, and I can listen to it while I work out, while I go drive across to do different showings, stuff like that. Perfect. No, that's awesome. Anyone else have some questions for Christine? Derek, I know you're new. Building his database.
Oh yeah.
Well, and that's
see. I have a question.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Does it ever get easier? Like, and when I say easier, that it's not kind of you're looking for business all the time. You've been in business for 25 years. Eventually, you get your core of people. It gets easier, right?
Like for sure. Yes, for sure. 100%. Again, because it's been like going on 3 years that I moved to Cambridge and came out of that partnership, my marriage and my business partnership with Jack. I kind of lost my desire a little bit when I moved here. So, because I had personal stuff going on, but prior to that, I wouldn't say it was effortless, but like we had calls coming in from past clients. Now, could we have worked that? We did. We had admins, like when we opened up the Keller Williams in London, you have to go through all that hiring and blah, blah, blah. So we did all that. And then we had admin, because at that point, when we opened up the Keller Williams, it was just when they started pushing the teams, everybody has to be in a team. So we had to hire to be exemplary to everybody else. We had to hire our own little team and the admin. And there was just, that part was draining for me. I'm not going to lie. Like, again, organically for me, but I didn't want my business to be like, I sat and listened to many top producers talk at their family reunions, and the first year it was like, oh, this is wow. Like, this guy says he can do a listing presentation in 10 minutes. And then he would say, and I'll never forget, this guy said, and then he's like, I don't even want to spend a second in front of a person. That's wasting my time. I'm just going to like, whoa. And this guy was like making shit tons of money, but it was just like, ew, no, that's not for me. So I recognize that there's a lot of people in this industry, like when we had to open our doors, we had to have 28 realtors on board before we could open the doors to Keller Williams. And so we still had to be in our own, like I was with Realty Executives at the time, and we had to do it incognito. So it was like, so we had to get this system that we could, this is a legal thing, that we could see who of the, I don't know how many realtors at the time were there, let's say 800, 1,000, who we wanted to contact. And we found out just the 80-20, that 80-20, you know, rule, that 20% of the realtors are doing 80, well, it was even less. It was like 10% of the realtors were doing 90% of the business in London, St. Thomas area. So there's all different varying degrees of how much money, you know, or how much success you actually want. If you want to go for it and do like 2-minute listing presentations, there's a way to do it.
Okay.
If you don't, then there's also a decent way to just to earn a living and help people move.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Remember, it's your business, right? Everybody does things differently. You know, everybody in our brokerage can talk to the same person, but that person's gonna go with one agent, right? So that's because that one agent vibed with them. It's really about just being your true self, because once you be your true self, you're going to be bringing those people towards you, and you guys will mesh. You'll find your business. There's enough business in our network and in Ontario that we can really be successful with however many agents are left in the industry. I see them leaving left, right, and center. So guess what, guys? We're gonna get busier and busier and busier because
I know, and there's going to be a lot more people exiting too. Jack and I were talking about this because of, you know, all the changes, and the changes are happening more rapidly now. So they're just.
Hey, Christine, just hate to cut you short. I just got to head out. So you guys have a nice day. Thank
you as well.
For, and we'll chat again. All right.
And it does get easier, Simon.
Awesome. Thank you.
It does get easier because you get more familiar.
Yeah. Perfect. So thank you so much, Christine, for that. Does anyone else have any questions for Christine before we jump into our round robin? Nope. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Christine. So I'm gonna do